Okay, this is just a short video on how to put fixative on watercolor paper, watercolor paintings. Now I have done a whole mess of them for an upcoming sale, and what I've been doing is I put the watercolors on these cradle boards. And then I've been putting wax over them, which is this Dorland wax medium, which is this item here. And you just put it, I have an old sock and I just kind of put it in there. It absorbs it to some extent. You can put different layers and then buff it in between. I haven't buffed them, I just I think I put maybe 2 layers on this. It gives it a great feel. It almost feels like leather. And it's a matte finish, and it is water resistant. So if water falls on it, nothing's going to happen. Now, to prove that, I'd rather not put water on this, just because I don't want to do that. But I had another watercolor painting that I have right here, and what I did was I put wax on half of this, and then I did not put wax on the other half. And if I turn it, I'm not sure how much you'll see, but there is definitely wax on one side and not wax on the other. It's just a cold wax, so you don't heat it up or anything. And the advantage of doing this is you don't have to use glass. You can just mount a watercolor paper on a wooden board or on a canvas or anything, and you don't need glass over it. So it's a kind of contemporary modern look. There's no glass with glare, so you see the picture much more clearly than having it, refracted in glass, or having it the glass, have all that light reflection on it. So what I'm going to do here is, because this is a painting that I can fix if something goes wrong, I'm going to just spray it with water. And because this side isn't treated and this side is treated, we should see the difference. I'm doing this live. I have my spray bottle of water, so let's see what happens. So I'm just going to spray, and then I'm going to hold it up, and look at that. Oh my goodness. Now, you can see how it's all beating up here. And here, there is some movement. I'm sure if I were to use a brush, I'd get a lot more movement. See how it's gonna start getting rid of the horizon line. So this stuff works. An experiment that really works. You can see how the colors are going down here. There's a line of color that's coming down here, and here is all clear. So this really does protect your watercolors from humidity or water. And the other thing is, now they do say, now I use, this is just straight watercolors. Oh no, I think I did use some pencil, some ink in there, color fast ink. That's probably why that's coming down. But this is watercolor that's loosened up and dripping. If you're using just straight watercolors for everything, and you don't have any inks in there or any other kind of medium, this will work just fine. I mean, it is not even, it's not sticking at all to that. It's perfectly beating up, and there's no, well, there's a little movement there. I'm not sure if that already was there, but here you see clear water that came down. So this stuff really works for a fixative for watercolor paintings, where you can put it on there. It's sort of a matte finish. You can't really tell unless you look at it a certain way. It's sort of a matte finish, and you can buff it to different levels of shininess. You can put more layers on if you want. This is just one layer. And again, the advantage of doing that is you can then take your watercolor painting, mount it on a canvas or a board, then just put the fixative over it, and you're done. You're good to go. You don't need any other fixative on it. Some videos I saw were using like a spray first and then the wax. That hasn't been, I don't think that's necessary. You can just use your raw watercolor, if it's all watercolor, and just use the wax right on top of it. It's a quick wipe. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. And you can layer it if you want and buff it in between layers. But this was only one layer, and this was only one layer of the wax as well. So this really works, and this is a Dorland's wax medium. There's another kind, I think Gambles is Gamblers or Gambles. Probably works the same way. It's just a white paste. As I says, I used an old sock to turn it. There's a little bit of an oily smell, like a petroleum smell, but not much. Very, very mild. Okay, well that's my short little video on about using wax on watercolor paper and how it provides a protective layer over the watercolor paper, and you don't need to use glass. This is awesome. And I guess what we can just do is just kind of using my just blot this out here, get this off there, all the water. And then maybe fix this up over here a little bit. Fix it up a little bit. Whoops. And then I'm good to go. I'm going to do the other side, so I'll be all set. Have a great day.